December 1st, 1948. A cool summer morning on Somerton Beach, Australia. The waves are gently lapping the shore as a few locals notice a man dressed immaculately in a suit and tie, propped up against the seawall as if enjoying the view. But as they get closer, a horrifying truth is revealed. The man isn't enjoying the view. He's dead. This is the beginning of Australia's most baffling and enduring mystery. The story of the Somerton Man. When police arrived, the scene was deeply unsettling. The man had no signs of struggle or violence on his body. He was dressed in a pristine suit, but every single tag and label had been meticulously cut from his clothing, a deliberate effort to erase his identity. His pockets contained a few mundane items: a train ticket, a bus ticket, a comb, and some chewing gum. But there was nothing. Not a wallet, not an ID, not a single letter to hint at who this man was. The autopsy report only deepened the mystery. Doctors concluded he had been killed by a rare, undetectable poison that acted swiftly and left no trace. Weeks later, a breakthrough seemed imminent. An unclaimed suitcase was found in the cloakroom of the Adelaide train station, linked to the ticket found in the dead man's pocket. Police believed the case was finally about to break. But when they opened it, the enigma only grew. The suitcase was filled with clothing, but just like the suit on the body, every single identity tag had been removed. The name T. Keane was found on 3 items, but a nationwide search revealed no missing person by that name. Police were convinced it was a red herring, another dead end. Months passed, and the case went cold. Just as authorities were preparing to bury the unknown man, a pathologist conducted one final examination. He felt something unusual in a tiny, hidden fob pocket in the man's trousers, a pocket that had been missed in all previous searches. Inside was a tiny, tightly rolled scrap of paper. Printed on it were just 2 words: Tamam Shud. The words were Persian, meaning "it is ended," or "the end." They were the final words from the Rubaiyat, a famous book of poems by the 11th century poet Omar Khayyam. Police launched a public appeal. Had anyone seen a copy of this book with its final page torn out? Weeks later, a man came forward. He told police that months earlier, an unknown person had thrown a copy of the Rubaiyat into his car. When he checked the book, he saw that the last page was torn. The words Tamam Shud were missing. It was the exact book police were looking for. When investigators examined this copy, they found something that turned the case into a spy thriller. On the back cover, faintly written in pencil, was a series of strange letters. It was a secret code. To this day, the world's best cryptographers have been unable to break this code. But the book held one more clue: a phone number. It belonged to a local nurse named Jessica Thompson, known to police as Jestin, who lived near Somerton Beach. When police showed Jestin a plaster-cast model of the dead man's face, her reaction was shocking. The lead investigator reported she was completely taken aback, to the point of seeming to be about to faint. Yet, she denied ever knowing the man. She admitted to once owning a copy of the Rubaiyat, which she had given to an army officer named Alfred Boxall during World War II. Police thought they had their man, that the Somerton Man was Alfred Boxall, but they soon found Boxall alive and well. He still had the copy of the book Jestin had given him, with the final Tamam Shud page perfectly intact. This meant the book found in the car was a completely different copy. Jestin was lying. She knew the dead man, but she took her secret to the grave, passing away in 2007. For decades, the case remained frozen in time. The Somerton Man became a legend. Was he a Cold War spy killed by his enemies? Was he a jilted lover who took his own life? Did the secret code hold the key to his murder? Then in 2022, a major breakthrough. Professor Derek Abbott, a researcher who had been obsessed with the case for years, gained permission to exhume the body and conduct DNA analysis on hairs that had been trapped in the original plaster cast. His findings were astonishing. He claimed to have finally identified the Somerton Man. His name was Carl Charles Webb, an electrical engineer and instrument maker, born in Melbourne in 1905. The research suggested that Webb may have been trying to track down his estranged wife, who had moved to Adelaide. It even unearthed a potential distant family link to the mystery nurse, Justin. With the name Carl Charles Webb, this 70-year-old story finally has an identity. But the true enigma remains. If this was Carl Webb, why did he go to such great lengths to hide his identity? Who administered the untraceable poison, and why? What is the meaning of the unbreakable code he left behind? And why did Justin lie until her dying day? The body of the Somerton Man has a name, but his story is still an